etc. So I'm going to be creating online tools next year for women in health and fitness.
Oh, I like that, because before we came on air, I did go to your website, and I was very pleased to see that you have a blog. And your blog, the most recent blog post you have, is about really making little changes every day if you want to lose 1.5 stone by Christmas. And I thought, I'm bookmarking that.
Yes.
But yes, so that blog is really speaking to the individual as opposed to speaking to people who might want to become a trainer.
Yes, and I've been moving towards that for quite a long time, because I realise when I sit and write a blog or, create something, I'm always more drawn to producing something for the customers like yourself.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed the business side and creating, tools for the fitness professionals.
Yeah.
But what really lights my fire is creating content and ideas and tools for women who are busy, who've got kids, who are working. And I've been there, I've done it all, and I know how hard it is to actually ever fit in any kind of exercise or to eat well. And so my sort of main thing is I believe in just one small positive change at a time.
I like that a lot. I don't know if you heard my podcast episode with Louise Humphreys.
I did.
About Pilates. So
yes,
after our call, I have an hour between our call and my next mastermind session. And my plan is to do one of her 10-minute Pilates videos.
Excellent. Yeah, great.
That's a really good model, because it literally is. If you can't find 10 minutes in your day, there's something wrong.
Although I would just tweak what you said there, Louise.
Yeah.
Don't say my plan is. You're going to.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Don't leave any room for getting out of it.
Hashtag no excuse.
Exactly. I always know when a client says to me, so I'm going to try, and I say, no, you're not going to try. You're going to do it. That's just leaving a wee bit of wiggle room to get out of it.
Yes. Oh, that's funny.
The language is really important.
Yes. So at a recent workshop, I said, you're not allowed to use the word if here. You're going to do it. You're not if.
Yeah.
Or I'm only. You're not allowed to say I'm only.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But no, Louise is great. I love her 10-minute Pilates videos, and it's a fantastic. And it's exactly what I'm talking about. It has to be something that's manageable for women and achievable and doable.
Yes.
And I think there's not enough women our age with the challenges that we face in the fitness space. I did a post on one of my Facebook pages recently about who are you following on social media, because I realised that I was following a lot of girls, not women, who are in their 20s and, I'll be honest, have got figures that I didn't even have pre-adolescence and they don't have children. And every time I would come across their materials, they'd make me feel really rubbish about myself. And I thought, I'm going to unfollow all of these people because they don't really serve me and I can't relate to them and I don't think they can relate to me. And I started to look for who I could follow instead.
Yes.
And there was really hardly anybody.
That's a really interesting point, because this morning I was listening to one of Carol Cox's podcast episodes, and it was she was talking to a lady, I can't remember her name now, it's terrible, but it was about being relatable. So make sure that your content that you're putting out is relatable. So like you and I are, we're the same age. My audience are really women who most of them have families, but not all, but they're people who are at least over 30.
Yes. Who
are building their businesses online. And if I start talking about, I don't know, going for an hour-long run by the beach in the morning, they'll be going, what? You're not following her.
Yeah. How's that ever possible? Yeah, it needs to be relatable. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. That's a good word. And I find there's not many relatable females our age. Well, actually, I can't find any in the health and fitness space. They're all, like I said, either really young or they don't have children, they don't have the same challenges, you know, they don't have a really time-consuming career that's long hours, or they're male, or they're celebrities.
Yes.
So I feel that there is a gap, and I'm hoping to sort of try and create some things to fill that gap.
I think you will.
I will. I'm not hoping to. I am going to.
You're going to. I'm going to follow you.
Next year. So I'm just building that model at the moment, and you know, it's looking like it's going to be an online fitness membership.
Brilliant.
For 30 plus professional women.
You will have to come along to Mike and Cal. I'm going to Mike and Callie's membership conference in September.
Oh yeah.
Next year.
Okay.
You should go to that too. Retain. It's about membership sites.
Yes. I saw Mike talking at Youpreneur last weekend, and I did think I will have to look into that, because there was another fitness guy who I really like at the event too, and he told me he was a part of their membership.
Yes, I'm in their membership. They're very good. The content there is outstanding.
Right, that's a good tip. Good tip.
I'm really into this whole providing the services online, because it just suits better, you know, Mark. Like, for example, I'm on my one-to-one strategy calls, even if it's somebody who books it locally, who might live half an hour away from where I live, and they'll book a call, and I have to say, you do know this is online, because we only have so many hours in the day. Like, I work while the kids are at school, so for me to drive somewhere, meet somebody, do an hour, and drive back again, it's taking up the whole morning. Yeah,
it's a half day.
The online space just works so much better for my business and my life.
Yeah, exactly. But I think, you know, if you are working long hours, or if you do have children, you only have a limited time during the day. And what I'm trying to create is something that, you know, provides for these women, but at the same time actually makes them take action. Because I do know, because I can be guilty of this myself, there's loads of videos available online to do, but many of us sit and watch them whilst eating our dinner or having a snack, you know, going, yeah, that looks really great, that's fabulous, and then you never actually do it.
So funny.
So, you know, because I've got videos myself, and my sister lives in Dubai, and she watches them whilst eating chocolate bars. Which is completely pointless.
Right, so the trick for you for 2019 is to get people to actually take action on that.
Actually take action. And I think the key to that is keeping it achievable. And, you know, I think often what is presented in health and fitness is you're going to get up on Monday morning and you're going to change every habit you've ever built for the last 40-something years of your life. That's totally unrealistic. Think that we're going to change what we eat. We're not going to snack in the rubbish. We're going to cut out any bad food. We're also going to work out 3 times a week, and we're going to walk 10,000 steps a day. It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense.
No, and everyone gives up.
And everybody gives up and just goes back to the same routine they've been in. And, you know, all the research shows that actually we can only cope with so much at once. And we actually, what I found out recently is interesting, we only have a finite amount of willpower. So when I'm coaching my one-to-one clients, which I've also been doing for a number of years, so I'm also a personal trainer and nutritionist.
Okay.
I talk to them, and it's only women I specialise in, and I speak to them about what they have on in their lives at any given point in time. And if they've got, you know, major transactions on at work, or there's something, you know, big going on with their children, then they can only cope with so much change in their health and their nutrition at the same time. And so as much as it's, you know, great for people to post, when is the right time now? I don't actually agree with that, because if you do have a finite amount of willpower and you're exerting it in some area of your life, then you don't have enough left to also exert it with starting a completely new fitness or nutrition regime. And that's why I believe in one small positive change at a time. So we focus on changing one habit at a time, like introducing a healthy breakfast for a week that's got some kind of protein in it. That works better because you're gradually introducing new healthy habits 1 week at a time. And also it creates a bit of a domino effect anyway, because you might think, okay, well, I've had something healthy for breakfast and I might just not have that chocolate bar at 11
Yes.
today.
No, I absolutely, I get it.
Yeah. But if I said to the client, you're going to have a healthy breakfast and you're going to cut out the 11 o'clock Kit Kat, and you're going to do this, suddenly it just seems too much.
Yeah, just feel like you've got, well, what have I got to look forward to?
Exactly, what have I got to live for?
No, that's funny. So recently, my husband and I have been eating less bread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's one thing we've done, and it's amazing how much better we feel.
Yeah.
And I hope there's not people listening who are like bakers who are now like cursing us.
Yeah.
And it's just one little thing. So rather than saying, right, we're going to cut out all the, the Chucky Bickies after dinner and all that stuff, and we're going to like have muesli every morning. What we've done is cut down on bread. Actually, it's quite hard at the start because you realise how much bread you eat.
Yeah, we do.
When you feel better from making that one change, then you stick to it as well. Whereas if we'd done lots and lots of things, you wouldn't even necessarily know which of those things was making you feel better.
Exactly, yeah, and that is another benefit. You can identify that one thing has made such a big difference.
Yeah.
And actually that is one of the ones that I work with some of my clients. I mean, I in no way promote a carb-free diet. I don't agree with that. I think, whole wheat, whole grain carbs are good for you.
Yeah.
But in the UK, we definitely consume far too many carbs, and that what I recommend generally with that is every time you sit down to eat a plate of food, it should be 50% fruit and or veg, or veg and or fruit, 25% protein and 25% whole grain carbs, whether it's brown rice, whole wheat pasta. And by the way, top tip in that one is all whole wheat pasta is disgusting apart from the spaghetti version. So don't buy whole wheat penny or anything like that. Only the spaghetti's nice. And when I swapped out the white for the whole wheat spaghetti, my kids didn't even notice.
I didn't notice.
But any other is horrible. So I always say 50% fruit and veg, 25% protein, 25% whole grain.
Yeah, we eat vegetables in this house like nobody's business.
Yeah, so do we. It's obscene. Well, I mean, with 3 children, I mean, you're just constantly shopping for food. Yeah. So that's what I do have a client who 1 week her goal was just to eat less bread and actually to cut out white bread completely and only have healthy carbs. So she travels a lot. She works in Brussels each week because she's an MEP. And she said, I'll have a breakfast, but then on the plane, I find it really hard to say no to the white roll.
Well, there's so little choice when you travel for work as well, I think.
Exactly. But you don't need to, I think the whole meal prep thing as well is unrealistic for many women.
Well, that's another thing on Instagram. People who have their entire week's food for their family of 20
in a Tupperware
on a Sunday afternoon.
I don't meal prep. I do a wee bit of planning, but I don't meal prep. And actually, to be honest, the thought of having all my meals ready in Tupperwares for the week would depress me a little bit. I like there to be a wee bit of an element of surprise. So I do agree with planning, and I do a rough sketch of what we're going to eat each night for the week, but I don't do meal prep. And there are things you can do even if you're a travelling, business professional, to make it work. And so this client in particular has now cut out all the white rolls, and she's feeling infinitely better, and it has had a bit of a domino effect, and she's starting to make other healthier choices too.
Yes. I think that's the key, isn't it? One thing at a time, and then it encourages you to do more.
Yeah. And it does. It really works. And before you know it, you've built up all these really healthy habits, all the things you can't have.
Oh, you there? I think that's really fascinating. Moving on to just before we finish, to talk about how do you use social media in your business?
How do I use social media? I would say that I'm most active on Facebook. So I have closed Facebook groups for my clients that come to my own